Hey guys, I'm Rachel and I am mama to two 3-year-old boys, Connor and Owen. If you've watched my previous videos, you may or may not remember that my son Connor was referred to speech and occupational therapies at around 18 months old. He wasn't meeting certain speech and behavioral milestones for his age. So I just wanted to update you guys on that and share our experience so far. So we've been meeting with our speech and occupational therapist, or STOT as sometimes we like to call them, for every month virtually since Connor was about 18 months old. We focus on building his strengths as well as we come up with ideas and really focus on how we can support him in his areas of development. Shortly after we started our therapies, our ST asked if she could complete a little questionnaire known as the MCHAT or the MCHAT-R to determine if Connor was potentially at risk for autism or ASD, autism spectrum disorder. The MCHAT-R is a special screening tool that is officially used for toddlers to determine if further evaluation is needed. It's about 20 questions. You can read more about it or even find the screener for free online. The screener determined that Connor was at high risk for ASD, and I remember the speech therapist asking me how I felt about that, and at that time I kind of just brushed it off because it was just a screener. It wasn't an official diagnosis, so I didn't think too much about it. Almost every parent I knew whose child was involved with speech and occupational therapy was on the wait list for an official assessment. So again, I didn't think too much about it, but I always knew that there was a possibility. So while we were on the wait list for an official assessment, we continued on with our speech and occupational therapies every month, helping Connor with his play skills, getting him comfortable to play with other people, first adults, and then starting him off with getting comfortable to play with Owen. We also were focusing on his eye contact as well as helping him build his sentences. So last month, we finally got the call to come in for an in-person appointment to meet with a developmental pediatrician for our official autism assessment. The doctor was really friendly and she seemed really familiar with Connor's development, and she had fully read all of his reports from ST and OT. She played with him some activities. She had some toys and specific games. She played with him for her assessment, and after 2.5 hours, she said to me, "I am comfortable to diagnose Connor with ASD." She explained that even though Connor had a lot of advanced skills and interests compared to other children his age that were on the spectrum, the common characteristics were very obvious to her. Mostly social behaviors like difficulty making eye contact, difficulty not looking at what you're pointing to, difficulty responding to his name, and difficulty with imaginative play. Also, his preference to play alone. Even though he would tolerate her having a turn, they weren't really playing together. Again, immediately after, I was asked how I felt about the situation. I tried to be tough and say something like, it doesn't matter what he's diagnosed with, as long as you can help me support him, that's all I care about. She then went into information overload to let me know all the resources available to me and the programs that we needed to start looking into. But then when we got home, the fear started to overcome me. And thinking back, there were crazy thoughts about how maybe Connor wouldn't be able to go on adventures. Maybe he wouldn't be able to be in a relationship. Maybe he wouldn't be able to support himself or live on his own. Crazy things like that. And then I thought about something the doctor said to me that has been giving me peace and something that I've been keeping in mind ever since. And she said that Connor will be able to do a lot of things. He'll just do them differently. And of course, I know there are people all over the world with autism who lead happy and fulfilling lives, and that is all we can hope for Connor. So that is the update. This is where we are. We're learning more and more about autism. learning about how we can support and encourage Connor, educating ourselves, sharing what we can with our family and friends who want to be involved and educate themselves, as well as sharing our story with you. We will be continuing on with our speech and occupational therapies, as well as we will be adding on additional resources of support for Connor, like our inclusion support worker who will be helping him now at daycare, as well as our social worker that we have available to us as a family to help navigate and guide us through all the programs that are available to us. But thank you guys so much for listening to our story and allowing me to share. And let me know, connect with me, let me know if you guys have any experience with speech or occupational therapies or any experience with ASD. Let me know in the comments below, and thank you guys again so much for watching. Bye!